Hello guys, and welcome back to another book review. This month, being February, we are going to be doing the Muppets book. Now, this was written, and also all the designs come from Drew Hill. He is the brain and creator behind Drewby's Zoo, which I will link all of his links down below. He is coming on the channel February 7th. He is going to be in my In the Hive interview series. So with that in mind, I wanted to go ahead and make a character or two from his book and see how I liked the book. I thought I would take you guys along for the ride. So let's go ahead and dive on in. Let's do our first impressions of the book itself and do a little thumb through so you can see which characters you can make from the Muppets. Let's go. So here we have the book. It is a hardbound book, and we already have Kermit peeking around the corner from the curtain. So this has 16 projects to create your favorite Muppets by Drew Hill, and it is published by Weldon Owen, it looks like. So we've got some of the characters here peeking through. So you've got your Chicken and Gonzo, Kermit, Fozzie, and Miss Piggy. So all of the main characters are going to be in this one. I love the juxtaposition that you get here when and I mentioned this in the Harry Potter book review, which I will go ahead and put up in the card. For this, where they add just the regular everyday banjo and his little chair, and he's on a display that is, you know, your everyday kind of thing, but then you get the crochet characters intermixed. And oh, look at Fozzie even has this little microphone. How cute. From the look of the rundown here, you can kind of tell all the fun characters we're going to be getting in this book, and it looks like, we've got lots of the main cast here. So Kermit and Piggy, Fozzie Bear, Animal, Dr. Bunsen, Honeydew and Beaker, the Great Gonzo and Camilla, Rolf the dog, Scooter, Sam Eagle, Pepe the King Prawn, Rizzo the rat, that's my favorite, I love Rizzo, Mana Mana and the Snows, the Mana guy, and the Swedish chef. Oh, this is so exciting, you guys. So you're starting it out, you get your letter from Sam Eagle, who is in so many of the different movies, as well as the show for the Muppets. So this is just such a nostalgic thing for me because I grew up with the Muppets, and so there's Beaker and Bunsen, how cute. So yes, you are gonna get, there you go, there's the spread, you guys, look at that. That tells you everybody that you get to make, all the way from Rizzo the rat here peeking in the corner, to the Snoths and the Phenomena guy, there's Animal in the back, all the way up to the Swedish chef. This is amazing. First impressions, I adore his patterns. You can just look at them and you know who the characters are. There's no question about it. He did an excellent job in portraying the characters. Now that we have that, let's go ahead and get started on a pattern from the book. So I am going to start with our main guy here, Kermit the Frog. It's not easy being green. So I'm going to start with Kermit. So let's just dive on in and get started and see how the pattern works up, you guys. All right, let's go. So at the beginning of each character that you're working on, you're going to get a really nice photo of what he or she's going to look like. You're going to get a little information about the character, as well as a QR code that says it links you over to more information about the pattern and also some tutorials as well. Now, at the time that this video is going to be published here on the channel, the only ones that actually directed you to a finished anything was for Kermit and Rolf. the dog. So those are the only two at this time that they've completed, but every QR code will eventually link you to where you'll be able to get that information. So anytime there's going to be corrections, the first edition did have issues with some of the patterns having some errors and such. So they've put the corrections for those when you link to the QR code. So you're definitely going to want to check out those QR codes to see if there were any issues with the pattern before diving on in. I had found a couple of things going on with Kermit, specifically with the hands and just when you're first starting to add the fingers, as well as when and where you attach the arms. But because I have a designing background, I'm able to make up for those kinds of things. But if you're new to crochet, I think making sure that you scan those QR codes and double checking to see if there's any corrections that need to be made is really important. As I'm going to show you right here, there is a little bit of a walkthrough when you scan the QR code where it's going to take you. It's going to show you in progress photos as well as a video tutorial and any corrections that there may be for the pattern as well. So those are really great resources. Obviously they couldn't fit everything in this book. They wanted to fit as many Muppets in as they could, and they got 16 of them in there, which is amazing. So as you can see, I just finished Kermit, and I just had to redo his eyes because I wasn't happy with the ones I had made. They were just too thick. I ended up looking at the QR code and looking at Drew's instructions for Kermit, and he did say put 3 stitches for this eye part, and this one I had done 4, so it was a bit thicker, and I didn't really like how it was coming out, but now I love it. I think it's so cute, and he's just perfect. It just makes me happy, you know? He's just like, ah! I did stitch down his little tongue inside there. Let me see if I can get it to focus. So I did stitch this down. I just did like a little whip stitch around in the light pink color, and then I did a little line of the darker pink like they have in the Muppet. So that was a little bit different. And then other than that, oh, I did take a few tuck stitches on the sides of his mouth because mine was really opening his mouth really wide, and I wanted it to be a little bit more closed. So on either side, I did take a couple of little tuck stitches, but that was just a personal preference thing. He would have been just fine. But now that I've made Kermit for my husband, because it's his favorite, I'm gonna make my favorite, and that's Rizzo. So let's get started. And there's Rizzo in all his glory. Isn't he just adorable? Oh, it makes me happy. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on Rizzo. Let's go. Should a beginner use this book? I would say it's probably more of an intermediate to advanced crocheter's book. That doesn't mean that a beginner can't do it though. I think a beginner can make their way through, especially if the photo and video tutorials are available. So if this was to be something that I was going to put out there, I would have probably tried to make sure that those were available at the publication of the book. However, knowing publishing as I do, a lot of times the push to get the book out is faster than the author can accommodate or the creator can accommodate, and so sometimes there are things that just don't get finished in time, and so those are forthcoming. But that is nothing against Drew or his patterns or anything. I think that his patterns are very well written. Yes, they had some issues, but they are being very forthcoming with those when you scan those QR codes. So you'll be able to see what issues have been found already. If you find some on your own, I would suggest going ahead and sending Drew a message so that way they can make sure they accommodate for that in the next printing of the book. But that is something that does happen sometimes, but I do think that they could have been avoided if they'd just taken a little bit more time maybe in getting the book out. I do still think that this is an amazing book though. I think that you're gonna enjoy making all of the characters from it. And even though, yes, just like with anything, there's going to be some issues, I don't think those issues would have prevented me from buying this book. I really like it. I really think Drew is an amazing creator, and I look forward to the next book that he comes out with. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and this little rundown of my thoughts and reviews of Drew's book, The Muppets, the official Crochet Amigurumi book. I look forward to his next books, you guys. I hope you do as well. I will put a link to the book and where you can find it down below in the description. It is an affiliate link, so it does help me out a little bit and at no cost to you. So if that's something that you'd like to click on and purchase, go for it. It's down there for you. If you do like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Let me know who is your favorite Muppet. I would love to know, whether that's with an emoji or with some few words from you down below. All right, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing rest of your day. I look forward to the next review video with you guys. All right, see you next time. Goodbye.